Hello everyone. It is me, the Illuminator. No. But this video I haven't been uploading in quite a while because, well, I've just been really busy with growing my mindset and growing myself as a whole. Last time I made a YouTube video, I grew a lot since then, I would say. Like a lot since then. And one of the main things that I would say, grown from, or one of the things that I've really started to understand while becoming a newer person that's morely solely focused on his goals, becoming that successful person, which I already am, and so it is. But one thing I kind of thought of, and somewhat true in a way, to be someone new, you have to become unrecognizable. In that unrecognition, you find who you always were. And I say that in a way of, once you are trying to become someone new, let's say like you become someone new from someone from the past, as you were like, you did something, you were not a really good person, but yet you're growing from that person, right? And let's say you did all that growth and now you're a new person. To become that successful person, you must destroy the new in a way of like, to become new, you must destroy the old. To become, I guess, newer, you must destroy the new. You must allow your old self and your new self to collide, because your old self didn't know right from wrong. You were still learning. You were simply just a kid that didn't know what to do, that didn't really understand the situations that you were placed with. But as you grow older, you start to understand yourself. You start to understand why you did those certain things without thinking. And as you become conscious of that, I would say becoming your old self or becoming your past self isn't bad. It is the best thing ever. Because that old self of you, that young childlike self, he was never afraid. He didn't care about what other people thought. He didn't allow people to determine how he would feel, you know? Like, he didn't allow anyone to determine how they would be. Like, we must get to that point again. But in the most positive way, as you aren't gonna do the past mistakes as you once did, but rather you're gonna live as your past self with the knowledge you gained from losing yourself. Oh, that was hard. Alright. Well, this world is shifting, honestly. And I say that in a way of, a lot of change is happening. Ever since I last posted a YouTube video, I've seen a lot of change in a lot of situations that would happen normally. A lot of new things are happening in my life. And in a way, I'm uncomfortable with who I am right now, because I am uncomfortable with becoming my old self, because I don't know, man. Like, a lot of stuff has happened, and realizing that and healing from it, and then becoming that kid self again, it's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it. Definitely, yeah. I would say, if you are in a new phase of your life, if you are in a phase right now where you are thinking whether if you should just go with it, or like, if you are thinking whether you should just go for the leap of faith or just stay down, I say go for the leap of faith. Who gives a fuck about what everyone else thinks? Who cares about what anyone says? And I mean that in a positive way, in a selfish, good way of self-love. Like, you have enough self-love to the point where you aren't gonna give a fuck about what anyone says no more. You aren't gonna give a fuck about what your family says, what anyone says anymore. Because you realize that the more you try and dumb yourself down, the more you lose yourself. Don't ever allow yourself to be dumbed down for other people that would never do anything like that for you. There will be humiliation with this, though. And I say that in a way of like, you will be humiliated, but in a way of like God saying, you know what, you got this, you know? Like, of course you will be humiliated, but it's all about how you go about that humiliation. Like, damn near every day I feel like I'm being humiliated. Walking through school, just being around people who I've never aligned with, being around people who I've never really, I don't know, just being around people who I've never really allowed myself to look up to. That being my grade or people that used to be in a grade above me. Like, my whole life, I was always alone. I've never really had, I never really had friends. And if I did, it was only the same few friends. Only throughout all of high school, all of middle school, and not really all of elementary, only 1 or 2 good friends during elementary school. But I've never allowed myself to like listen to those kind of people, but also I've never looked up to them because I would see what they would do and then how they would be with other people, how they would gossip, and how like they'll turn into someone completely different when they're around someone new. And I hate that shit. Like, why are you gonna be so fake? But it's like, it's not my place to say how people are to be and whatnot. It all happens for a good reason, for the best reason ever. And like, to be successful, I would say you must go through a lot of humiliation, like a lot. And today for me was one of those days. I felt humiliated. I was sweating harder than fuck today, man. But it happened for a reason. Even if I was humiliated by myself, or in some way or form humiliated, God allowed it to happen. And I'm showing to God and the world that even if I am humiliated, I do not allow external things to determine who I am and who I get to be. And that's a huge part where I'm at right now. I'm allowing myself to become the old person who I used to be, the part of me that didn't care about anything. In a good way, though. The part of me who would take the risks, you know? And I hope this video gets to some of you guys. I just hope, in a way, some part of it could change a part of your life. And I say that in the best way possible, because I want you to know that whatever you are looking towards, whatever you are looking towards right now, it will work out. You must always have faith, and you must want it bad enough, so bad to the point where even if negative things happen, you must still want it. You must want it so bad that you get tired of your old life. You get tired of everything. You must want it so bad. And I believe in you. I am not yet at that point of making 10K a month. Shit, I'm not even at that point of making $100 a day. And I am just grinding. I am focused with myself and with the things I know I'm supposed to be doing. Growth comes in many forms. It's all about how you go upon these ways of growth. And remember, you must always have faith. Even when things get dark, always have faith. Know in the end, everything will work out. Know in the end that you will be the one showing everyone that you are the person who you said you were going to be. Fuck everyone else. And I think that's the main point of this video. Just fuck everyone else. Be yourself. Take the risk. Do it for your mom. Do it for your family. Do it for yourself. Do it for our kids' self. And if you have a good heart, that's all that you need. You remember that you have a good heart. And then you take that, mindset of how you were as a kid, and you put that into action. And if I lose myself during the process of changing the world, changing my town, changing the town's lives, I want to inspire kids. I want to inspire so many people. If I become someone different in the process of doing that, which I won't, actually. You know what? Fuck that shit. No, I won't. I'll be the proof that you could be the most positive person. You could do it by yourself. I'll be proof of that. I promise you. It is 2/10/26. And remember, be the change. You are able to be whoever you want, whenever you want. You must have the courage to speak it, and you must have the courage to take action. It's our time. Who gives a fuck? It will end up with us dying or us being a millionaire. And I choose being a millionaire every single time. And so it is. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your guys' day. Please comment down if you guys need some help with anything, or if there's any recommendations that you guys would like me to talk about. But peace out.